noticed that as their head was rocked down by Lucille, that there were 2 rocks on the ground. And there were other little, maybe a pile of leaves and possibly 2 other rocks closer to where Negan's feet were. And so as you can see, as we pan down, and I'm going to pause it here, there are those 2 rocks. And it stands to reason that if everything was the same in all the shots, that those 2 rocks we would see in the wide shot as well. I thought I was really onto something there. But when I went to the wide shot to take a look, things became a little more difficult to see. One, because it is so far away and blurry, it's hard to tell what is or what is not a rock. But I did see a couple that were at least close to Glenn's knee. So I'll zoom in here, and you can see there's 2 little rocks really close to Glenn's left knee, but the other pattern of rocks and leaves around him doesn't quite match up to the point of view of the person getting hit. But for me, after looking at the close-up, the 2 rocks seem to resemble the 2 rocks near Glenn the most. And so I was like, okay, maybe it was Glenn. So I decided to check out his point of view, because as we saw, when Negan does hit whoever in the head, as the camera pans up, there's nothing behind him in the background. And definitely not the RV. And I think that was the main point of a lot of other videos, that we did not see the RV, so it had to be Glenn. So I went ahead and did this little kind of mock-up, and I know you have to account for different lenses used, depth of field, and just things like that. But I think this is pretty close, as we see this white rectangle represents the bus. And so if Negan were in front of Glenn, you would definitely not see the bus, or excuse me, the RV. There would be nothing there. It would just be trees, like there was in the background of Negan hitting the actual person. So I think a lot of people believed it is Glenn that dies. This made the most sense to me at the time, but I really would have liked to have really proven it. The rock thing was a little iffy. The point of view was better, and so I really wanted to prove that the point of view was the main thing to look at, and so